last section, we kicked off our login form component by importing a couple different components from our common directory. You'll notice here that condensing this down to a single line is just fantastic, saves us a lot of space here. Now there's a couple of different directions that we can go with our login form to get it working for accepting a email and password, but I think the best direction is going to be to focus on just getting some text inputs in here in each of the card sections and starting to receive an email and a password from the user. Just give them the ability to type something in. So that's a great place to start, but before we do, let me say something really quick. Handling text inputs is a little bit of a pain with React Native. Okay, it's a little bit of a pain. So to figure out how to handle text inputs, here's the methodology we're going to take. We're first going to implement a text input inside of this login form. So we're going to do all the work that's required directly inside this login form. After that, after we figure out how it works, we're going to refactor out that text input to a separate component, to a reusable component. Okay, so that's the plan here. We're going to first figure out how it works, and then we're going to refactor it over time. Okay, so with that disclaimer, let's get started with some text fields. The React Native library provides us with a primitive text field, and when I say text field, I mean it's just something that can accept text from the user, called text input. So we're going to import that right now from the React Native library. So here's our view. I will also pull in text input like so. The text input, again, it's a primitive, it's a view tag, or a component that we can place anywhere inside of our render method. So we want to have one text input for each of our card sections. For right now, we're just going to focus on doing one of the two inputs. So I'm going to expand out my card section, and inside of it, I'll place a text input like so. Okay, so here is kind of difficulty number one with text inputs, and let me tell you, there's more than one. Difficulty number one is that text inputs by default do not have a set height and width. By default, they behave just like the image tags that we saw earlier. They render with a height and width of 0, and they also have 0 styling in general. So if we just went and refreshed our simulator right now, we would not see anything pop up on the screen. So to just get our text input to be visible, like just visible, we're going to add on a style tag, or a style prop, excuse me, and we'll give it a hard-coded height of 20 and a width of 100. Okay, so this is just to get the darn thing visible. So let's flip open our simulator now, and you'll see that our card section, the first one, now appears to have a little bit of height to it. If I click all the way to the left, if you click in the middle, it won't work. You have to click all the way to the left. We can then start to type. So, okay, it looks like we are able to accept some amount of text here. So we're definitely going in the right direction. Let's take a short break and come back and talk a little bit more about exactly how text inputs work with React Native.